Ashley and I, first of all, are big craft beer lovers. And when we first moved here in 2000, there wasn't a lot of craft beer in Indianapolis, and it's just blossomed. And we have this Brew Mile series in the summertime, and we started coming to Flat 12. And runners and walkers and fitness enthusiasts tend to be very active, outgoing, like to try new things. So they were kind of joining us at the different breweries, and so we kind of thought, well, we should have a beer for Brew Mile and for Blue Mile, and we started kind of pestering the Flat 12 people about it, and finally they agreed. And so yeah, it's kind of blossomed from hanging out at Flat 12.
I think they said, all right, so how are we going to do that? You know, and we thought about it, and I said, well, come up with a beer that runners would like, people that exercise would like to drink after they run. And they said to me, well, why would they want that? And I'm like, well, because they're drinking something, aren't they? And they were like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So they're drinking. What are they drinking? That was when it all started. I think the seed that I planted in their minds was, hey, look, you know what? Our customers are like me. We drink beer, you know. So what are we drinking? You know, and a lot of our customers are in brew pubs around Indianapolis, and they're drinking beer. So let's figure out what they're drinking. And so that was the baseline. That's where we started.
It started out as a bottle because we were doing bottles. And so, okay, what's the label going to look like? And before that, really, we started talking about names. You know, what is the name of a beer for runners? So, but then we started doing some canning with our half cycle IPA, and that's when we started thinking about runners and the scenarios where they are enjoying beers, whether it's the finisher's tent or on vacation or on the beach somewhere or just home. Maybe a can would be preferable. So we started going that direction, and it turned out that it actually provided a really cool look and feel that kind of felt in line with the way Blue Mile does things. You know, they got a sleek truck. They got cool stores where everything feels like it's very well thought out, and this can feels kind of nice and trim and just put together. And so it felt like it fit a lot better. And so it took a while for us to get there, but when we got there, it was like, that's it.
We've been around for 3 years. We have enough of a name in the beer community that, you know, we can take this beer around and say, hey, look, you know, it's a sessionable, light, you know, easy drinking beer. And, you know, what we kind of want to do too is we want to find those places where, like, people in the neighborhoods, running, as it is kind of a solitary thing, you know, because you're not really competing against anyone when you're running. It's something that you can do by yourself. You know, you can't go play baseball by yourself. You know, you can kind of play basketball by yourself, but running is one of those things you can do by yourself. But there is such a great sense of community to it that typically, you know, you'll get a bunch of people that'll meet up on the weekends and go for a run, you know, and just do like impromptu, you know, 2-3 mile runs. And then they'll typically all kind of go out together. So what we want to do, what I'd like to do is kind of reach out to the running community and find out the places where they do congregate and the places where they do go, and then go to those places and be like, hey, you might not know it, but you have a really large contingent of people that this beer is designed for coming here. And, you know, then we can say, put this on, we guarantee it'll move. Even the people that aren't runners, it's a great beer.